And we're back, everybody. College Prophets, Ant, Tree Gordon here. And there's something that's real interesting we touched on a minute ago. Getting that box of letters. And, you know, the moment when you, like you said, wow, these are mine? And
Right.
what did your parents say when you actually took those home? How was that day?
Well, my mom was surprised that I had that many letters, and she didn't have no idea that, you know, all these schools was looking at me. And she just basically told me, make my own decision, pick one, and you know, just get ready to go.
Right, did the mom thing. Like, look, you're a big boy now, so
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Right. Right.
So, when you finally made your choice, and it was one of those things where, like you said, being close to home was something that you kind of definitely wanted in your experience.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you know, you're getting the full, you know, college experience, you know, life
Right.
away from certain mentors and role models. You know, did that ever shape the player that you were or the person that you became, or how, what was that?
No, because, you know, all the letters that I had, you know, I could have chose Arizona. Never been there at that age. Too far away from home from mom and dad and just family, period.
Right.
So that was a big concern. So what I did is I chose to do something locally in the state, and I went there and everything. But then once I found out that that school wasn't for me, then I transferred.
Right.
I went to a junior college in Kansas.
Right, right. So, Kansas life. How was that?
Well, back in the days.
Right, tumbleweeds.
Yeah, exactly. Because where I went to Colby, Kansas, Colby Community College, which they call it CCC.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when we had windstorms. You did see tumbleweed rolling down the highway, or you saw people riding their horses to class, lassoing them to the pole.
Wow.
It was deep in the country.
So, being as that though, that was a different environment. Like, were there any role models that helped you transition to the next stage of when, in terms of basketball and your development as far as a player? Was that pretty much what you kind of put on yourself?
No, I didn't have anybody because, first of all, like I said earlier, football was my sport.
Right.
So you had your Lynn Swans and people like that playing receiver. But, you know, when it came down to basketball, I didn't have that. So I also mentioned earlier that my older brother was pretty good. And so I did, like, watch him and learn a lot from him. But having a professional athlete, you know, that I mimicked, I didn't have that at all.
That's really interesting. You know, usually it's the other way around when guys transition, going from basketball to football.
Right.
It's rare. It's usually
Right.
see that. Usually that skill set, kind of, especially when you talk about tight end, you know, large
Right.
guys, big hands, quick feet. They kind of, you know, make that transition the
Right.
other way around.
Right.
But we're gonna delve into a few things when we get back on the other side of the break, including his foundation, how he got started, and what are you up to now? See you guys in a minute.